How are you? Here is Timmy and KJ.
Hi, everybody. Whew, all right. NaNoWriMo's over. Can you believe it?
No, this month was like a few seconds.
It really was. It really was. I still don't even really know what happened the last week. And I mean, I know it was Thanksgiving for a lot of us, but time just went by really fast. So this whole year did, though, honestly.
Yes,
I feel like I was just talking about the end of NaNoWriMo of last year. And now I'm like, oh, it's been another year. That's fine. Oh.
yes. Last year I was preparing for my exam. So, but
Yeah.
this year was really, really fast. I
Yeah,
want
it
it
really
back. I want back here.
it was really fast, but I'm also looking forward to 2020, and like I'm making plans for fun stuff that I want to do, and hopefully like involve the writing community as well in some of those things, like write-a-thons and things that I think will be fun. But I'm actually probably going to be taking December to plan most of that stuff. So we'll see. I hope 2020 will be fun.
Yes, it will be. We should decide right now that 2020 will be a great a great year for us.
Definitely. Yeah, that's for sure. Because I was like, yeah, I think 2019 is going to be a good year. And it was a pretty good year. It was a pretty good year. But it went by really fast. So now I'm like, okay, I got to get my act together. Like 2020 is going to be here and I'm not going to be prepared for anything. Oh, boy.
For me, it wasn't that great of a year, but it was better than last year because last year was an awful year. So
Yeah, what was that?
18.
2018? Yeah, yeah. It was okay. It was okay. This year has just been weird. Like it's like I've seen more doctors, but that also kind of meant getting like the help that I need at the same time. So it's like, yeah, this year's been weird, but I've also been able to make progress in my book, which I was working on it for most of 2018 and it took me a long time and I would have just long breaks where I didn't write. But this year, that's only happened to me like once. I've actually been pretty good the last half of this year where I've been able to write every day or nearly every day. So I've been really proud of that. And I'd like to keep up that kind of schedule in 2020, not stressing myself out about it, but just to know that I can do it and just keep up with it in 2020 because I have so many stories I want to write. I gotta write them. Like I gotta actually get something done, man.
I have a lot of stories too, but I don't know. I had a really strange block this year during NaNoWriMo. After I wrote the 50K in just less than 2 weeks, that was, I don't know, I couldn't write after that. I don't know what happened, but I wanted to finish my book, but
Yeah.
I haven't finished it yet. So I have to write only the ending. So that's not much words, but still something is holding me back. It's like a really strange feeling. I don't know why. Maybe because I was talking with my mom and I said to her, maybe I have a separation anxiety that I don't want to finish the book unconsciously, of course.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it
I
is
think
strange.
that can be a thing, definitely, of the wanting to finish your book, but at the same time you're like, no, if I finish it, that means it's done. And so I do get that feeling, and I'm sure I'll feel more that way when I actually get closer to a version of my book that's going to be published. But like right now, I'm still working on it, so it doesn't feel that different to me when I get to the end of the book. Like it's still just like, yeah, one I read through it again, time to make more changes, so that can totally be it but also you wrote a lot in a short amount of time. And I do feel like sometimes that can lead to burnout if you're not used to it. And that's what I was worried about this year, was that it's like, if you're not used to writing every day or a large amount of words every day, that you can burn yourself out.
Yes.
And I didn't want that to happen this year. And thankfully it hasn't happened yet, but I did end up working on.
You wrote plenty of words, over 100K.
Yeah.
Wow.
I joined Emily and Emily Bourne and Hero Song in their 100K journey without even really meaning to. I was just like, well, guess that's where I'm going, is because I still have words to do. I still have to rewrite this book, but I did get to my goal, like my midpoint in the book, which was what I was aiming for, because, you know, I'm trying to see if I can split this book into two. I got to that midpoint and I was like, this is not a climax for one book. So I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing, but I have to keep reading through the rest of it and see how I feel by the end of it. And I'm kind of trying to switch my mindset to see, like, if I started a book right here, is the second half okay, you know, and just seeing how that goes for me. But it's a lot of work, and I'm just hoping to finish with that by the end of December. And I think I will, but I am doing like beta reading projects and stuff as well. So we'll see. I'm going to take it slower than NaNoWriMo, at least. Who knows? So,
well, who knows? Because you didn't plan to write this many words, so maybe.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, maybe I will, because I still have projects from last year that I wrote that I did for Author Mentor Match that I would like to revise and get those working. But, you know, I don't necessarily want those to be the first books that I publish. So I'm kind of in limbo with those ones. But I did finish my novella. It's like 15,000 words. So that's the one thing, is that, yeah, it's like not all those words were on one project. The majority of them were, but I did start another random project and another random project. So, like, I think that is also how I managed to keep going, is because I'm like, if I start to even stall a little bit on one project, I just start writing something else, anything else, and that'll help me out.
That's great.
Yeah. At least that's what works for me, I found, is not just struggling to work on one project the entire time. Like, I don't want to sit there and struggle, so I try to just work on something else. I've been watching more Netflix and things like that to, I don't know, things that are kind of in my genre, so it helps like motivate me to get my story written, that kind of stuff. So I've been doing more of that, and I think that's helped a lot as well.
Right. Well, movies and other books are a great inspiration for our stories.
Yeah, I definitely have not been reading as much, I found, besides a little bit for the Save the Cat novel. Reading while I'm writing, like, is hard sometimes for me, because I'll end up like mimicking the style of the book that I'm reading unintentionally, and that's not really what I want to do, you know? So I usually end up taking like a little bit of a break, or I read just like a little bit in the evenings. I definitely don't read as much. Like, if I'm writing this amount of words for NaNoWriMo, I'm generally not reading as much. So maybe I'll get some more reading in before the end of the year. Oh, I'm so behind.
So if you are watching a replay, then let us know in the comment section what was your Nano this year. How did you do? And let us know your experience with your NaNoWriMo this year. The next question that I'm going to ask you, Katie, what were the biggest struggles during this Nano?
My biggest struggles, I think, were actually sticking to a routine. I didn't have like a daily set routine, but I did have to figure out like when I could write, the hours I could write, and actually stick with it because I have a horrible habit of doing something for like a week and then just like not updating. But so being consistent, like sitting down to write, writing the words, updating people on social media to be accountable, and updating the NaNoWriMo site. Like I was like, I've never updated something 30 days in a row in my life. Like, so being consistent is one of my biggest struggles in general. And that was something that I was still kind of struggling with on and off throughout Nano, was just trying to find time to write and go and like figure out what I'm actually doing. The actual writing and drafting part was not as hard as I expected. So, but that's mostly because I was rewriting a little bit more than drafting brand new projects. I only did that a little bit. So, what about you, Timmy?
Well, my biggest struggle was my throat. At where the entire book was written with a sore throat. Maybe that's the problem, that I healed and I cannot write only with sore throat.
Oh,
Because just after that, my throat got better and I didn't wrote anymore. Who knows? I don't know.
you're like,
But
that just figures.
those who don't know, I write by dictation, and that is why the sore throat, it is a big struggle for those
Yeah.
who dictate. So it was painful, and the 10K day, the 10K challenge, which was hosted by Mendilin, it was quite hard because at the end I already felt that I can talk.
Well, yeah, that's you talking for 10,000 words, and I would not be able to do that. I'll be honest right now, like I would not be able to keep up with that. So I'm really proud of you for being able to write 50,000 words with your voice and not have it go out completely. Like that's just I would never be able to do that. Oh.
And I couldn't write like you because 100K, I am still so many words typed out, and I had to write my essays and things like that. I didn't know about dictation back then, and
Yeah.
I typed everything out, and it was so painful for my fingers, and I didn't enjoy it at all. Dictation is more joyful for me, so that is why I am so happy that I found Google Docs where I can
Yeah.
dictate in Hungarian.
Yeah, no, that's really good. I'm glad that dictation works for you. You're one of the few writers that I know that who works solely solely by dictation. So I think that's really cool.
I don't know if Vivian Rees is continuing to do it that way. I remember that she did a vlog like 2 years ago or something like that, that she dictated and she showed how she dictates. I don't dictate like that. I sit in one place and dictate only in one place. She moved around the room and
Oh,
she sat down and get up and moved, and she dictated that way, and she used dragon dictation. Is that the name of?
yeah, dragon. It's like dragon naturally speaking or something. Yeah.
So yeah. Oh, okay. So I don't know what happened, but I hope that everything is okay with KJ and she will come back. Oh, hi Ryan. I am so happy that you could join. How did your nano go? What struggles did you have this nano let us know in the comments. Oh, yay! KJ is
Oh.
back.
Yeah, I was like, I have no idea what happened because we both disappeared, and I'm like, is that me? Is that my internet? Is that my is that
I
the
was
snow and wind outside?
of the snowstorm or something like that.
Oh, but that just figures. I was like, do I keep talking or do I just sit here? So, yes. I don't even remember what we were talking about. We were talking about Vivian Reese, right? But
Yes, that
yeah,
she uses a dragon.
yeah.
Ryan says that it was a rough nano. I am sorry to hear that, but 15,000 words is more than nothing. I always tell people that even one word counts because you are still closer with that many words to finish your story and to finish your book. So the words are, the counting the words is only measurement. It's like saying that you are this tall or this small or something like that. They are just measurement tools and it shouldn't define the story itself and it shouldn't hold us back or, yeah. Every single word matters. That is my motto and that will be my motto for every time.
Yeah, it's a good motto to have.
Especially that I am in the writer's block. I don't even know if I am in the writer's block or no, because I know what I want to write. I just don't have the motivation to sit down and do it.
Sounds like you just got to do it. No, I don't know. I've had those days where it's just hard to actually sit down and do it, but yeah, I never know what to say for that because I'm like, I just sit down and do it. Like I start working on something else that's not as important or it's not the main project that I'm working on. And then I feel like I can usually get into the main project again. So you might want to see if that helps. Like, even if you're like, somehow get the motivation started because you're like, it's there. I want to write. I know what I want to write. Words come out. I end up feeling like that a lot, but yeah.
What was your happiest moment, or do you have a special moment during this nano that you felt that you, oh my God, I am so happy, or something like that?
I don't know that I had just like a general happiest moments. I've been really happy to start hosting and co-hosting live streams with everybody, especially you, Timmy. That's been really fun, and that actually does make me happy when I get to talk about writing with other people and get writing done at the same time. Sometimes there's more talking than writing when I'm hosting, but that's something that has made me really happy, and that was kind of a new discovery for me this month and something I'm looking forward to continuing after Nano. I mean, Nano's over, so I was like, I still want to do this. So I'm glad that we're doing this live stream because this is really fun for me.
I was thinking too that I should continue the live streams, but I don't know how to choose a day, how to choose a time because of the time difference and when will people join? When can they join? Or it is so hard to plan out something like this. But yeah.
I'm thinking about asking.
Ryan says that his biggest accomplishment is that he solved the plot hole issues or plot issues, and that is so amazing. I am so excited when people tell that they were stopped at a plot issue and they could solve it. It just makes me feel so happy for them.
Yeah, definitely. I always love hearing that because you're like, I've been there. I've been there when sometimes you're just like, I gotta fix the plot somehow, and you don't know. But then when you finally figure it out, it's like that's one of the best feelings I think, where you're just like, yes, I
The
figured it out.
eureka moment.
Yeah, that's always a good moment, I think. And yeah, I had a lot of those moments last year. And then when I was finally like putting pieces together for like this whole world that I'm writing in, and I was like, things finally make sense. I've just been writing not knowing where I'm going this entire time, but now it makes sense. And that was a really good feeling. And I've kind of kept up that feeling this year as I finished the second draft of my book. Even with how long it is, like it's still made me feel good knowing that I had an idea of where it was going in terms of the bigger picture. So yeah, that's always fun.
I know that this is the happiest moment question, but I don't want to put the banner back. I just wanted, I remembered that the in the storyline or in the story itself, my biggest struggle was that I cannot see the face of one of my characters. I mean, I know the big picture, but I just cannot see her face. And she is one of the MCs, the main characters. And I can see the other one, and I know how she looks and everything. But the second one, I just cannot see her. I feel her, and I could because I dictated in first person, and I could dictate in her style, but I cannot see it physically. And I was so happy when I started again to watch Gossip Girls. I don't know if you saw
Mhm.
that TV show. And there is that character Vanessa, her friend, dance friend.
Okay.
And then I saw her and I said, "Why not? Why not?" And I just said, "Okay, that's her. That's going to be her."
that's
Because
that's
Nate
cool.
Archibald is the male character.
Hmm.
So yeah, and the other happy moments were these, one of these and this. So
Yay! I
finishing, and I had to print my.
you know what I wanted to ask because a bunch of people had been showing their
Did you
stuff,
print it out?
but I haven't been able to open mine. When I
Did you
downloaded
try
it,
it again after that? Because at the beginning I couldn't either, but
I,
after the 20th
where do
of
you go to
November I
download
could.
it? I couldn't figure out how to download it again, like from the Nano site.
If you go, it has to show your winner goodies or something like that. On the main page is
Oh,
where you
okay.
can see what you won,
Okay, let me
the
see.
discounts and other things like that.
Hmm. Well,
I can show it if you want me to
uh,
after the live.
yeah, no, that's fine. Because yeah, I was just looking, and it reminded me because I was just looking before I got on with you that I was like, how do I even find that again? Like, I don't even know, but because yeah, that's cool. I did like see, like I got to see it on the computer once, but the rest of the time I was like, I know it's there, and I did finally get that little the 10K challenge sticker. I don't know what I want to do with it though, where I want to put it.
I am not going to stick it anywhere. I am just going to keep it here on the table. And if I move anywhere, I will bring it with me so that I know that I am able to write. Not like now.
You're like, I was able to write once upon a time. Don't worry, you'll get through it. Sometimes you just need a break after writing a lot, and that's something that to get used to. And I do tell people that like when it's winter, I like I want to go into hibernation and I just want to go like sleep for 4 months. So I have to
Mhm.
fight against that instinct to be like, I'm just gonna go sleep under my heated blanket. I'll see y'all when it warms up again. Because that's what I did last year, where I did basically nothing for all of winter. And then I came back for the first camp NaNoWriMo and I was like, hey, it's been a while. So I'm trying not to do that again this year. And I feel like I'm actually motivated now to be able to do that. I think making progress on my book has helped me stay motivated, and just all the plans that I have for 2020 that I'm like working out through right now, that's, that kind of gives me energy and just makes me want to keep working on stuff and keep figuring out the plans and what I want to do. And it makes me excited for the next year. And I was like, that's only a month away. So I'm going to be doing Vlogmas and that's going to take up time. But outside of that, like I still need to be working. I still want to finish this draft of my book again. And I don't know what exactly I'm going to be doing for 2020, but do you know if you have any publishing goals at all?
Well, yes, I would like to translate. No. First of all, I want to start this month and I don't know if I should call it revision or not. I want to listen to the recording of my voice and change the misunderstood words. That
Okay.
will be the first round of correction. After that, I want to start revisions and editing and things like that and
Mhm.
make it a polished book. And I want to translate in English in April because this is the first time that I'm going to tell. So everyone who is here will find out now that in February I am going to work with someone and she's going to do my cover.
Oh,
So yeah,
cool. That's
the cover will
exciting.
be already done and that is why I want to make it in English because I don't know how many Hungarian people are anyways interested in my books. More people in English, so I have to translate it soon,
Mm.
and that is my plan. And I would like to publish both of them in both languages next year. Maybe summer the Hungarian and the autumn or winter the English version. It depends how will things work out. So that's the
Yeah.
main thing. These are my
Yeah.
plans, but you plan, but fate dictates
Exactly.
or other things.
Yeah, you make
Right.
plans, but who knows what'll actually happen when it comes down to it. That's why I'm always iffy about being like, I'm gonna publish on this day, and I'm just like, no, like everyone's gonna find out like a month beforehand just because I am just notoriously bad at keeping on track with stuff. So I'm like, I don't know what my plans are, but I'm looking forward to doing more writing activities
Mhm.
and being more involved with the writing community. But in terms of publishing, I don't know. I guess it depends how much work I can get done on my book, like if I manage to figure out a solution to it. But I might end up publishing the novella, the prequel novella first. I don't know. That might end up being sort of like my debut, I guess, a short primer to the world and the characters that I write. So that might be something to look forward to because it's pretty short, so it'll be something easy to revise and get ready. So who knows? Maybe I'll do something like that. But
But
I
until
don't know.
then, you should share more snippets from your book because I enjoy reading them.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep doing that. I think probably still only on Instagram. So if
Mhm.
people want the snippets, they're only really going to be on Instagram. But it's kind of funny. Like I should start putting on there like what book the snippets are from because I was all over the place. Sometimes like I was in one story and then I'd be
Mhm.
in another story and I wouldn't give any names. So I was like, oh yeah, this is a completely different story than the one I've been
You
working
can make
on.
highlights. You can make
Yeah.
highlights of your books and save it in that book highlight, so that
Yeah.
when they rewatch it, they can read it, because only for 24 hours you can read
Yeah.
it now, but if you put it in the highlight, they can be rewatched as
Yeah.
many times
Yeah,
as you want.
they're all in a highlight right now for my NaNoWriMo metrics. So like every day that I did an update, and then like the favorite sentence, even though usually it was more than one sentence, but I have all that together in a highlight. But I'm
Yeah,
like,
but it will not stay there, because in one highlight you can have only 100 stories.
yeah.
So if you update that highlight,
Yeah.
then you will delete the
Yeah, no,
snippets.
I know there's only 100 available, so I'll just make a new highlight when I have to, I guess.
Mhm.
So
Yes. Make highlights and put them there so that people can read your beautiful words.
oh, I don't know that they're beautiful, but I put stuff usually that made me laugh, but like it was very interesting to see from different projects like the different characters, and sometimes like I don't know, it was making me nostalgic for when I first wrote the first draft of the book, and like as I was revising the beginning and seeing the characters at the beginning, I was just like, I'm like nostalgic for who they are at the beginning of the story, and seeing their personalities come through and stuff. And then the starts of other stories that I did in NaNoWriMo, and these new characters that I was just like, who are you? I'm discovering who you are and what your story is as we're going. And I'm very much a discovery writer. Like I have found that I do start to write before I even outline anything. So that's kind of weird. But I don't know. I like it. It made NaNoWriMo fun to just go with the flow.
Before I forget, right now I am focusing on my Instagram, because I started the advent calendar for writers yesterday, and I uploaded today the first prompt, and yeah, for 25 days I am focusing on that. I hope that people will join, because until now no one joined.
Yeah, I'll be joining you. It just always takes me a little bit longer since I tend to do
You
everything.
don't have to do every day if you don't feel like it,
Yeah.
just the days that it calls you.
Yeah, and I think we're still doing like the 12 days before Christmas as well, right? Where there's not specific prompts, but they're just like sharing your favorite writerly or holiday things for 12 days before Christmas, and then doing like shout outs on the last day, shout outs of people, friends, other writers in the community. So I think that's really fun. And I think I'm going to be doing that for Vlogmas as well, because I found a lot of new author tubers throughout
Oh,
Preptober and NaNoWriMo. So I'm really excited to, give them a shout out for people who haven't seen their channels yet. So I think that'll be really exciting. And yeah, I don't know. I love our
to meet
community.
new
So
friends.
yeah, exactly. I was just like, I love our community, and I just like talking to people and yeah, supporting people. So let's see. I was gonna say, have you been thinking about the next NaNoWriMo or the next Camp NaNoWriMo yet?
Well, the camp, yes, that I'm going to translate. That is my camp goal.
That'll be your goal. Okay. I have no idea what I'll be doing. So like, it depends what I get done in the next few months, what I end up doing for the first camp. If I'm even gonna participate, I don't know, because I'm thinking about doing like a longer challenge that is more like a quarterly challenge instead of just trying to write everything in a month. And because I don't want to get so close to burnout by writing too much. So I'm trying to maybe just do like a 2 or 3 month challenge, maybe, and see how that works for me a little bit better. Because, NaNoWriMo isn't for everybody. So I'm just going to try to see maybe the first few months of the year if doing a longer type of challenge will work for me. And I don't know. We'll see. I'll be checking in on YouTube and Instagram and seeing how that goes. But beforehand, I have to actually figure out what I'll be working on. So I've got some stuff to figure out. But yeah, I'm excited for 2020. I think it's going to be a good year for us.
Yes. We have to decide it here, and then it will be good.
Yeah, exactly.
Hope so. I am not a very optimistic person.
I'm not always either, but I don't know. I've gotten excited just thinking about the stuff that I want to do. So I guess that's helped me be a little bit more positive than usual and just say I made this list of things I want to do throughout the year, and I'm slowly the plans are coming together, and just knowing that even if no one else joins me, there's still things that I want to do that I'm still excited for. So that's the thing, is that it's I'm used to kind of relying on other people for validation. And so I haven't gotten used to be my own validation and be like, okay, I'm doing a good job, and here's what I need to do next and what I want to do and the things that make me happy. So that's what I'm going to do instead of just relying on other people to say, yeah, wow, you did a good job.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. That's been a hard thing to learn, I guess, this whole past year, that as much as you and everyone else have been really supportive of me, I've learned that I also need to be my own supporter, because it's if I don't believe in what I'm doing, I'm not going to do it.
You are the only person that it's with you 24 hours from 24 hours, 7 days from 7 days. So
exactly. So yeah, that was something I definitely learned, that is changing how I view the upcoming years and my plans for the years as well. So yeah, that's something that I've learned. I don't know if there's any other lessons I really learned through NaNoWriMo, but writing with friends, doing live writing streams and stuff, this has definitely been something that I learned that really helps me. It keeps me motivated and accountable, and that I want to keep doing. So yeah, this has been a really great NaNoWriMo, and I feel like I learned a lot and got to talk a lot to new people, make new friends and stuff. So that's just been really great.
that's the most important.
Yeah.
The lessons, not only the word count, but the lessons and everything that brings us joy during this amazing challenge, because it is for us and it is not for the word count. It's for our creation, so that we can create and we can join our creations.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. No, I haven't written today yet either. So I know when we're done here, I still need to actually get my writing in for the day, because I have learned that I write better in the evening. I know this about myself, but NaNoWriMo pretty much solidified that in my mind, that I write better at night. So that's pretty much when I get the most words written. So yeah, but I can do other writing during other times, but I prefer to do other stuff during the day, like filming or editing stuff that I need to do to get done, and then write in the evening. So yeah, I'm kind of the opposite of other people who want to get their writing done first during the day to know that they've gotten it out of the way, and I'm just that'll be the last thing I do. And I'll just sit there and write for 2 to 4 hours basically.
Maybe they consider it more of a work that they have to do, so that they know that they did it, and not necessarily a creative process when that you do it when you have the most creative juice.
Yeah. Yeah, because the revision I find is like I can kind of do that anytime. It's not that difficult because the words are already there. They're already on the page. I'm just rewriting them or just making small changes. So that I can do pretty easily anywhere, but the time that I write the most, actually drafting from a blank document, is at night. So it's interesting to learn that kind of stuff about yourself, like especially throughout like a month-long process of writing during different times. And I was like, yeah, nope, I'm definitely a nighttime writer and I can do it during any time, but really, yeah, I prefer nighttime. I am a night owl for sure.
Yes, me too. My biggest creative juice is from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Mm,
in
yeah,
my time.
right.
In my time. So that is from 10 to 12 in the morning Pacific Standard Time.
That makes a lot of sense then why your streams are often at like 10 a.m. when I'm sitting there and I'm like, I can't function. It's too early. That's yeah, because I like to write from like 7 to 11 or 7 to 12. And I kind of got in that habit for NaNoWriMo. Like I would normally be writing until like 2 or 3 in the morning. So it's kind of been nice to be in the habit of stopping at a certain time and actually knowing like, okay, now's when I stop writing and now I go do something else to wind down and get ready for bed and don't just write until 3 a.m. and mess up my entire schedule like I always do. So that's kind of been a nice change to know that like I write from these specific hours, even if I write earlier in the day, that I do write during these hours, and that whatever I get done in those amount of hours, those 4 or 5 hours, and that's what I get done, and I call it a night. And then I've gotten much better about that than just being like, I'm gonna write for 12 hours right now, spur of the moment, and just like I don't want to do that. But the less pressure I put on myself, like the last couple weeks of NaNoWriMo, the more I was able to write. It's really interesting. Like the third week was kind of slow for me, but I still kept writing. And then the last week I was just doing like 5K days. Like that was like my normal amount of words, which it's not. And then the last day I did 9,500 words. So I was like, I did almost another 10K day and I didn't even mean to. Like I had nothing to do that day. So I just sat in the morning and wrote. And then I took a break during the afternoon. And then in my evening hours, I wrote again. And I was just like, imagine that. Like I wasn't even aiming for a 10K day. So I have noticed that that's getting easier for me because I only wrote for like 7 or 8 hours, and I was able to do that amount of work. So
That's amazing.
yeah, it's like a muscle that you need to exercise a little bit. Like it's because we're used to being like endurance writers instead of sprinting writers. Like, yes, we do word sprints, but actually saying like, I need to write 10,000 words today in a single day. Most of us are not used to doing that. So it's like having to exercise a muscle. So now I've done that 1, 2, 3 times, I guess. So I'm like, I'm getting better at it. I might be able to be one of those people who does a 10K day just every now and then without even blinking. Because there's like a tribe of people over here who do 10Ks at least like once or twice a month. So I was like, I thought that was unimaginable at first. But now I'm like, I see if you get used to it and you have a day where you're not doing anything and you say, this is what I'm going to do today. I'm going to sit and write and take breaks and just really focus on that. It's doable. It's something that's doable. So that'll be fun to see if I can do more stuff like that throughout the new year as well. Challenge myself a little bit more.
Let me know so that I can join your 10K days.
Oh yeah,
we'll do it together.
For sure. We should do that. Yeah. Because it's always fun doing it with other people too, because I was writing mostly by myself the last week, which I found really interesting. I watched a couple live streams, but I think most people were winding down because it was the holiday week for many people. So it was interesting to know that I could keep going at a faster pace on my own and keep up that motivation and just say like, okay, I'm doing sprints now. Like I'm gonna sit here for 20 minutes and just do a sprint and then take a small break and then do another sprint. And then after a few of those, I would take a longer break and watch like a half-hour episode on Netflix. And that kind of schedule was actually really working for me. So it helps that I also didn't have much to do during the holidays. So a lot of people end up having to spend time with family, but I've been snowed in. I've been snowed in. So I've only had just Thanksgiving to spend with my mom. And other than that, I was like, yeah, no, I've pretty much been snowed in. I've got nothing to do. I've got time to write. So might as well make use of this time. That's what I did. So yeah.
I want to tell again those who are going to watch the replay that you can leave in the comments the experiences you had during Nano. What were your biggest struggles, your happiest moments, and what are your future goals as a writer? And do you want to talk about anything else, or can we wrap it up?
I'm good. I think we've covered quite a bit of stuff. So yeah, I had a lot of fun this NaNoWriMo, getting to write with everybody and making new friends and just a lot of fun this NaNoWriMo.
Yes, me too. I am so happy that there are many people that hosted the calendar that you made about the live streams was huge. It had so many people and so many writing sprints during the days, every day like 4 or 5 live sprints, and it was amazing. I hope that you will make that calendar next year too.
I will definitely.
So helpful.
Yeah.
And joining the live streams and doing my own live streams, this was amazing because I had only one live stream during when was my birthday in July, and after that these live streams were the premieres. So
you're right.
I am so happy that, and thank you that you could join every time, and that I didn't have to do it that many times alone because it's so hard. Like
it is
waiting for the comments and not knowing what to say the next word, because if you talk with someone and until then you wait the comments, it's different.
It is really different, and it's much easier to have at least one other person hosting with you. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes to do like solo live streams, because inevitably it's going to happen when people are busy and I'm like, I want to do a live stream and I'll just have to do it by myself, but we'll see.
We can always do together if we are free, both
of course. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's just a matter of saying, hey, I want to do live streams at this time if anyone's available or that type of thing. So it'll be interesting. I'm definitely excited to keep this I was gonna say schedule going, but we don't exactly have a schedule set up yet, but we'll figure it out for December and beyond for 2020.
And I was thinking that my live streams aren't going to only focus on drafting, because I am not going to draft anymore. I will have to revise and edit and like that. So it will be sprints, but everyone can do whatever they want to do with their book.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how I take it anyway, where sometimes I'm just revising and I'm like, I got through a scene, like there's not a good way for me to count the words unless I'm rewriting the entire scene. So there's been a lot of times where I'm just like, hey, I revised a scene, I'm good. I mostly just changed a few things, but moving on. So yeah, it's even in the writing sprints or streams that I'm not always writing. I'm always doing something though related to it, whether it's editing or outlining, or I'm always doing something. World building. Yeah, for sure.
So, everyone, congratulations. Even if you wrote only one word, which I doubt that if you joined Nano, then you wrote only one word, but even if you wrote only a few hundred or few thousand words, congratulations to everyone because the words are important and the amount not so much. The important is that you enjoy your story, you enjoy writing, it gives you happiness, and those are the most important things because people will feel. They will feel how did you wrote that book? How did you feel when you wrote it? How did you feel when you edited? It has a energy. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So write with smile on your face, even if a few words, because that's the most important. And you did a
Yeah.
great job because you joined a challenge. NaNoWriMo is a challenge and it is
Mm-hmm.
a hard one, and you joined, and that takes courage and persistence, and you are amazing. All of you. Yeah.
Yes, everybody who participated, no matter your word count, it's every word matters. Is that your motto, Timmy? Every word matters. So I love that motto. It's definitely true. Every word matters. Every word matters.
Thank you everyone who joined and who will watch the replay. Please you leave comments in the comment section, and may all of you have a beautiful December, and after that a great 2020. And we will meet soon. I don't know yet when, but we will meet soon.
For sure.
Bye
All right.
everyone.
Bye bye.
Oh, where is it? Oh, okay. What the? It says an error occurred. Wait a moment, then try again. They don't want me to end the broadcast.
They're like, keep streaming, Timmy, keep streaming. Like, well, okay, we're kind of done though. But like, did you have any rewards set up for finishing NaNoWriMo? Because I know a lot of people did.
Yes, I ordered the t-shirt.
Oh, okay. I have to look at what's in their shop to see if I want to do that because, yeah, I was like, I didn't really set up a reward for myself this year, so I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing, but